Yeah, I hope so. Are able to view my screen? Okay.
Yes, right.
Yeah, thank you. Right. So my name is Rajesh. So I have a 16 years of experience integration technologies like MuleSoft, Delbumi, and TIPCO. Right. So as I know, currently I'm working with one of the top MNC. So as an enterprise integration architect. Yeah, I have other certifications like enterprise certifications along with integration technologies like MuleSoft, Delbumi, and also TIPCO. Like I started with the TIPCO technologies with integration. So that's where I traveled with the other technologies. You could the MuleSoft, Delbumi, and also here there is a Snap Logic also there in that. Okay, that is also same integration technology we are using into that. Okay, one of the kind. Okay, this is my short profile. Can you like okay we can start with Manjula. So can you give about your introduction, like what is your technology background and yeah, little bit one line.
Hi, team. My name is Manjula, and I'm working on a top level MNC as an integration developer. I have experience in TIPCO. Now I just want to shift to gradually into MuleSoft.
Okay, still Manjula, so TIPCO using in that TIPCO technologies are still using in the TIPCO.
Version, you mean?
No, still your company, like your clients are still using TIPCO.
Yeah, they are using it, at least if not a complete from the scratch development project. Some support projects are there still supporting TIPCO BW, even 5 version.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a disappeared TIPCO, but it's still something like okay. But it's a all clients are shifting from TIPCO to something like a new technologies, either MuleSoft or else they are going to something like okay, though like custom based integration tools. Yeah, thanks, Manjula. Yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
yeah. Hi, Raj. It is
Yeah, this is Raj. I'm a TIPCO developer. I'm trying to move from TIPCO developer to MuleSoft. So I'm just starting to learn the
yeah, yeah,
MuleSoft.
definitely. So you already know I think most of the TIPCO I think it's very easy to learn. So basically, that okay, all are same in that. It's a little bit different in that okay, application. That thanks, thanks, Raj. Hi, Ramya. Hi, Ramya.
Yeah, hi sir. My name is Ramya. I'm working on a product company right now. So I have a total 7 years experience of TIPCO, and I want to switch to MuleSoft now. So I need your
Okay.
help too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely great. Okay. Great, Ramya. Okay. Thanks, Ramya. So, Suba, are you able to hear?
Yeah, hi Rajesh. Myself Subha. I'm working on Selenium automation. I'm just looking for a change. I wanted to learn.
Oh, good. Selenius automation. How many years experience, Suba?
7+.
7 plus. Okay.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, yeah. Nice. So, okay. So it is good with that. Okay. So you already have something to core Java knowledge, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Selenius, you need to write on that. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Suba. Uh, Hi, Suresh. Suresh, are you able to view?
Hi Rajesh.
Are you able to view the screen? Something like
Sorry.
a are able to view the screen? Looks like it is low.
Your voice is breaking, I guess, for me.
Oh, you're able to
Hello?
Hello. Yes, Suresh.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, solution. Please. Yeah. What is your technology?
Okay. యాక్చువల్లీ మేము ఎంటెక్ అయిపోయిందండి. ఒక 5 years అవుతుంది. సో గ్యాప్ ఉంది. సో నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు బిల్డ్ ఇన్ కెరీర్ ఇన్ ఐటీ. సో ఐ హావ్ చూజన్ దిస్ MuleSoft.
Great. Great. I think you are already done in that. So you have, yeah. Right. Okay. So that is fine. So what is your specialization in IT? Tech application. Yeah, fine. I think you're, I don't know. It's maybe in that okay. It's my problem in that okay. The voice I'm not able to hear. Okay, fine. Let me know that okay. No, not you. So I'm asking for it. So what is your specialization in MTech? Is there any degree or
No, sir, it is
computer
breaking
science?
still.
Still breaking, huh? Okay, it's one second.
Yes.
Just second. Just second. I'm trying to. What is this? Hmm.
Is my voice audible to everyone? I'm not
Yes.
getting.
Yeah. Yes. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's much better now.
Oh, good. Okay. Thanks. Right. So okay. So I think most of the you background TIPCO. Right. Okay. So yeah. So how we will start? So you can get a syllabus completely in that. Okay. Content in that. So you can get it from instructor. Let me go for that presentation. Right. So as we know that okay, so we different background. So why I taken in that okay? So you are a different background. So how that Mule ESB has like established with that. So what is the before the technologies happen in that okay? How they worked in that. So what applications are faced that okay challenges into that okay? We are going to that okay see in that manner. So for this today, so what we will do that okay today. So what exactly that okay enterprise service bus? I'll come to that okay. So why we'll call in that okay enterprise service bus and why we'll use in the enterprise service bus and where it is coming to that okay integrations like okay enterprise service bus is good but how like how integrations are coming to that okay role into that and other than Mule ESP so there are multiple integration tools also there in that okay maybe you have a like your learning point now you know right TIPCO has gone into that but again I'm learning into MuleSoft so whether it is actually like survival or not next 5 years 6 years in that next like I can see this technology whatever you are learning today in that so maybe in that okay more than five but we cannot guarantee in that okay maybe in that okay hundred of years or we cannot know right we don't know that what happened in that but I'm assured in that okay the MuleSoft has started in that okay in European region now actually started now so US already started in that. So they are fully implementing last 3 to 4 years. So we have multiple clients that migration happening in that. Some of that okay scratch implementation. How it will happen in that okay. So like they're just only their experience like they're asking that okay we required this type of problems in that and this type of problems we are facing we require integration solutions like commonly like integrating into that because multiple things we are connecting to that okay we are facing a lot of challenges we will see that okay a lot of challenges into the coming slides but I'm telling that okay that MuleSoft So completely into that, okay, now it is going to that, okay, maturity stage into that live. So you please concentrate on that. No worries about that, okay, this MuleSoft is maybe there or not there or decision. Don't worry about that. Integration technology is mandatory. How you like, how we, not only you, we take food in that, okay, is mandatory. You know that decision, we require a food, right? So whatever, same thing like a software companies require some softwares, some technology, some tools is mandatory in that, okay. So don't worry about the technology in that. You concentrate on that. Try to like complete your certification, developer certification, and after that also you try to, okay, you are good. I can give lot of use cases that who are like HR background, you know, right? Okay, they like, okay, I'll tell you that, okay, like I can share in that package also. I'm telling. So in HR package, there one of that guy, like he also same in that, okay, I'm HR, like I want to shift in the MuleSoft. I easily shifted. How I'll tell, just only 3 months. So in the 3 months, one and a half, I have that batch I have taken 1.5 month. Actually, this is like a monthly, only 1 month I can close it in that, okay. Like, but it is extended in that way, right? Okay, I'm taken in that, okay. Leaves are maybe in that, okay. Holidays have happened in that way. But you know, right? So what is like it's a good part is that. So he has like a crack interview and is working now IBM, and he has already have a job with HR. You know, I think 7 or 8 lakhs package. Now he has a 16 lakhs. So that is no gaps. Like, okay, you don't think about that. Okay, I have a gaps. I have a like a different background, different backgrounds only coming to this integration technology. Nobody like, okay, like as a fresher, go and do that. Okay, MuleSoft. It's won't work in that because you required a background of knowledge. What is a background knowledge? You know something like, okay, around technologies like, okay, integration. What is an SAP, Salesforce? What exactly like a background of the integration, the story has to know that, okay. Don't worry about that, okay. And also packages are very good packages in that, okay, you know, right? So I already given in that, okay. So whatever you are confident, okay, you increase your experience in MuleSoft, okay, irrespective of anything you are doing in job, okay, whatever the job, maybe Celonis, TIPCO, anyway, they have confident on that. That is fine in that, okay. But I'm telling that apart from TIPCO, you are actually like any other background also, that is fine. Even though gaps also fine. I'm telling that, okay. So I have like more than 200 plus students this year. I have trained in that. So even out of 200, in the, you know, right, it's a more than the 50% the gap. I have seen in that, okay, more than 50%. And remaining 50% what happened, different technology background, and also most of them they are coming from the US because they are already having that, okay, they went in that, okay, they have a green card and they are changing into technology. And now these technologies, now it is going to rocket move, okay, right. We'll see that, okay, what exactly that MuleSoft will work with the integrations in that. Okay, so right. So can you see this picture? So we'll call in that, okay, point-to-point integrations. Like what exactly happened before in that, okay? Let's call in that legacy integrations in that. So how it is that, okay? So you know, right, okay, 20, 25 years back also, we have seen that, okay, SAP and the other technologies are there in that. Like technologies is nothing but maybe applications, maybe tools or anything in that. Right, Salesforce is there in that, okay, for CRM purpose. Okay, there is an ADP or payroll system is there, right? But the thing what happened 25 years back, what happened, you know, every you can see that, okay, all applications are minimum size, and also functionality is very limited, and also it is only one application. You know, if you go for HR application, just HR application, human resource application, that's all. I think maybe that time you're not aware of, or maybe in that, okay, you don't know in that way. But 20, 25 years back, all our HR application, it deals with all onboarding, payroll system, and also client management system, and also employee attendance in that, okay, whatever there in that. So all things are functionality has included in the same way. So that's way, so nobody has like a problem in that. But you know that, okay, 25 years back, you know, right, IT resource also very less, and clients also very less in that. So it's drastically that okay increasing this okay utilization of the softwares. It's like its evolution happened in that okay we required separate application, we required a specialization application. That's why evolved in that okay SAP, Salesforce only CRM, okay, customer relation management too. We deal with it in that Coupa, and also other payroll systems, you know, ADP payroll system in that. Okay, I want the specialization in the payroll system in that. So in that way, evolved in that. Okay, these are applications, but these are all applications. But we require data, right? So integrating in that. For example, if you take an ADP, you are taking in the ADP payroll system, but where you will get employee data in that. Somewhere in that, okay, employee data is there. For example, you are managing within a Salesforce, what do you call success factor, okay, in a SAP product only, success factor in a HR system in that. So success factor can't manage in that okay payroll system. So you have to integrate with the payroll system in that. But you require a data. So how data is coming? Data is exchanging. Okay. Integration is nothing but it's exchanging the data in that. Like okay, ADP is requesting the data from success factor. So success factor is ready to give the data. So maybe in that okay incompatible data or some other data we will come to that. But you the core point is that okay you understand that okay the need, okay, what exactly need. So the need is that okay you exchange the data in that, okay, either maybe JSON data, XML data, we will come to that. Okay, but we are like slowly we understanding the concept of that. Like these lines are all our connectivity part. Can you see that okay all our connectivity parts are always be that it's a multiple, okay, you cannot reusable, right? So you cannot multiple. And not only that, you need to connect also one system to other system. Maybe in that okay now it's okay 10 years or 12 years back, because I have struggled in that okay even I have sometime afraid, and today morning I'm writing the code because everybody's writing a code. Mostly that time you Java used, you know, connection part, you know, that like a streaming connection, and you know one connection. We don't have that like a REST APIs in that time. So we have a SOAP APIs but very less. All our remote method identification like RMI methods we are using into that. Okay, so that's where we actually survive in that. Okay, writing a code is actually it's a days taking in that, and also testing, and also we have like okay and also errors, you know, right? Okay, lot of errors with the connectivity part of it. So that's why we are you faced a lot of problems at the time of integration. Before integration, I'm telling you. So what happened in that? Okay, after that, like okay, so yeah, enterprise service bus came to the picture. What exactly the enterprise service bus? So what an enterprise service bus? So it is a centrally located into that. Okay, yeah, I have a comfortable to connect. I have a comfortable to connect any system in that. Okay, I have a comfortable with any systems. Either you are. Can you please share your details to instructor? I think you're ready to share. Thanks. Okay, so the connection part, what happened? These connections. So and ESB is not like it's a binded with any specific technologies or anything into that. Okay, so it is a centrally located, and also I'm ready to connect any connectivity and exchange the data. Yeah, this is what actually we are expecting, right? So the previous what we have a problem we faced in that. Okay, connectivity is the main problem, and also transformation, like you can call in that. Okay, data exchange in the, like okay this ERP is expecting into that. Okay, JSON, but this DWH application is giving only the XML, but who will convert into that? So who, something like that. Okay, it's a very small thing. Okay, 10-15 lines, it's fine, but it's a transactions will happen in that. Okay, right? So there is a invoice transactions are happening. The invoice is an XML form, and it's going to that okay ERP application, and you need to convert into that, right? So there's a way actually like okay lot of effort is required in that. So that's what ESB is telling that okay I can take care of you in that, right? That's what different integration. This web store is an e-commerce, maybe in that okay API integration. In other integration there is a UI integration also there in that. Okay, with the using a different APIs. Okay. So now you can have a doubt in that, okay, so what is exactly ESB in that, okay? ESB is a software architecture, we'll call as a middleware in that, and it's an architecture in that, okay? It is a specification in that, okay? The ESB is giving a specification. If you follow this, then you resolve the issues into that, the integrations in that, right? It supports service oriented architecture and also hide complexity, simplify access. So, and also you concentrate on the you your business requirement, not for the technology, right? You concentrate your client requirements in that. What exactly that, okay? Not don't spend too much time into technology into that, okay? Then you have a right, you are too much into that, okay? Technology client will not bother about that, right? So you need to solve in that. That's what I came to you that, okay, right? So because he cannot wait for that, okay, you're no, it's not fixing my technology, I'm not able to get in technology to fix it into that. Nobody will in that, okay? I want output. Yeah, client is expecting the same. Simplify access in that, okay. Yeah, simply in that, okay. I cannot wait for that, okay. Your connection in that, okay. Just simply give me that, okay. 1 2 minutes, I can connect in your any system in that, okay. Right? And the complexity also. Like it is added advantage to developers in that, okay. Complexity always be high complexity and also very less complexity. And our job was to go smooth. Yeah, now all the programming languages also changed into that. You know, right? Now it's a Python. It's a previously programming, everybody was writing that. Now everybody can do that, okay, Python program. Because of that, okay, that changed, completely changed in that, okay, the programming in that, okay, style into that, okay, and also methods in that, okay, very easy to use in that. Just a dot method, you'll get it in that, okay, and also you can see that, okay, what exactly you can use into that, okay, then that's all. And today, completely software is completely, it's very, very easy into that. Not like it's not much complex into that, okay, you are going to that, okay, break your head, right? But okay, we've seen that, okay, right? But what are the features? Okay, it's good in that, okay, you're like, okay, everything you're giving, providing into that, okay, specifications is fine in that, but what exactly the features you're giving? The features is that, okay, routing. Okay, I'll tell you that, okay, what exactly routing is a travel, like, okay, so one source system to other source system. Okay, one source system to other source system, and between what happened in that, okay, how your data travel to the target system. Now I'm using source and target, okay, anything your input output call in that, okay, right? So source and target system, the source will give actually like data into that, okay, conversion, and give it to that target system. Transformation, that's what in that, okay, transformation we will do. So how we will transform that, okay, entire the result into that, okay, form, into one form to other form in that. We'll come to that, okay, in detail section in that, okay, completely what is the transformation and what is the message, what is the routing, we will see that. Okay, and protocol transformations, we know that, okay, protocol transformation, I'll just give you actually brief into that, okay, don't worry about that, these concepts are slowly we are running into that, okay, coming sessions into that. Okay, but I have to give in that because you have to know the features in that, where you actually like you start the MuleSoft, you know that, okay, why we need to learn in that. Protocol transformation, you know that, okay, when we open the application, double HTTPs applications are there. Simply I'm giving example to that. But you have a old application which is running, like, you know, right, IBM has old applications still they are running into that. You can also, why your old running, you can change it to that, okay, new system, but it's a very, very hard, it's a very difficult to change in that. Why means the business entirely that, okay, depend on that. If any changes in there, they cannot, because that is an effect on the revenue into that. They are slowly changing, that's okay, fine, you know, right? So today so many technologies still you're using SOAP API service. Don't worry, I'll show that, okay, SOAP also, but SOAP is an old API service in that, but everybody now using REST API, but still the SOAP also we need to consume in that. That's what we have a MuleSoft has a SOAP connector in that. But we cannot tell that, okay, the business is slowly changing in that. The slowly changing is also very good to our employment in that, right? Now the slow implementation is started, now speedily is going in that, okay, and MuleSoft. So that's why nobody can actually like evolve the technology, go and implementation in that slowly into that. So that's what in that, okay, you can find the job is very easy. So what coming to that, okay, point, protocol transformation, you can HTTP, yes, you want to like, so you know, SSL protocol, there is a secure way you need to open the application into that. But you already have a non-secure in that. You need to convert into that. So MuleSoft is actually transform that, okay, HTTP to HTTPS. It's given application into that without affecting your application inside change. That is added advantage into that, like without disturbing in that, okay, existing application in that. So that's why, so the application is like, okay, so the MuleSoft has actually tremendous features into that, okay. And also mapping in that, okay, service level mapping, we'll come to that, okay. So mapping is that, okay, we need to do, like, right, a source and target, we need to do the mapping into that. Suppose for example you are taking some like a customer details into that, okay, you need to map in that, okay, but whatever the details are there in that, okay, your output of target system, you need to map in that, okay, first name equal to first name, last name equal to last name, or something address equal to, you call something like our target system is some other name, you need to map it in that. Very simple in that. It's as mapping is that, okay. Different level will do that. Yeah. So chronography and orchestration will do that. Okay. Build the logic into that. Okay. Yeah. We will also do the logic. We will also do the looping. Okay. Yeah. How we will do in that. Okay. So we all are drag and drop in that. Okay. It's except to data view language. What we do in that. Okay. Some scripting, and that is also very easy. Except that all are, it's a drag and drop and very actually friendly manner. Okay. Don't worry about that. Okay. So just only you need to concentrate on that. Okay, security definitely that, okay, right, okay. So today, so any application we require a security in that, okay, have a security, multiple security. We will learn into that, okay, coming sessions in that, okay, and also transaction management. Transaction management we have like, how can we explain in that? Okay, you're going to that, okay, ATM. There is a transaction is that, right? So what you call in that, okay, transactions. There is actually a different level of transactions, so read only and also read write transactions like that is there. Right? For example, you're trying to withdraw your money into that. Okay. Sometimes what happens? You're trying to withdraw in that. You already have debited the amount, but you not received that, okay, amount into that. But what happened in that case? You definitely panic into that. But after some time, what happened? They are refunding that. So how these transactions are happening? This is called in the transaction management in that. So one transaction depends on the other transaction. Two transaction, okay. Please share that. I think she's still struggling in that. Okay. Can you please provide into instructor? Okay. Please provide. Okay. So yeah. So this way we have a transaction management. So that's what it depends. So that transaction management also we can manage or we can integrate in Mule. Okay. Right. So what we know that, okay, ESP implementations, right? So right, we have seen that, okay, all that, okay, features and also, but who will implement? Somebody has to implement in that. That are all our specification. It's no right. So it's all our specifications. Right? Okay. So how can you tell that it's a drawing type of in that? Okay, right? It's a specification. It's a skeleton type is there, but you want to implement, you go and in that. Okay. So these tools are taken care about that. Okay. So they started with the TIPCO and implementing that ESB into that. Okay, how that? So now it is okay. It's a trending in that. Okay, MuleSoft. So this like this technology, whatever you are seeing in that. Okay, the slide in the MuleSoft, Albumi, TIPCO, Fuse, Jitterbit, SnapLogic. There's a couple of 200 plus technologies are there in that. Okay, implementing ESB, but they are actually like, okay, using, but right, okay, so the MuleSoft is actually like a good features are there in that. Okay, speed implementation is there. So that's why it is like it's a, so working in that. Majorly what happened, it is actually like a Salesforce has taken in that. Okay, MuleSoft. So after that, okay, lot of changes and also lot of it's going getting a clients in that. Not only features in that. Okay, they're like, okay, the right, okay, sales operations are very huge into that. So sales, Salesforce itself only have actually tremendous feature. They have a multiple clients, right? So definitely that, okay, their product, right? So definitely they have to be implemented. That is also one of the advantage. It's going into the, okay, high into that, okay, MuleSoft requirement. Okay, lot of clients also interested because Salesforce and MuleSoft is tightly integrated in that, their product into that. So not only that, okay, now SAP also started it that okay, multiple, because in the previous SAP has something like okay, far away to implementation in that okay, MuleSoft. But now they don't have any choice. Now it is also that SAP clients also ready to integrate in that okay. So MuleSoft in that okay. So that's why that requirement increased into that. Okay, other technology definitely already there in that. Service now, Workday, so and the payroll systems, HR systems, all are in that integrated into that. Okay,
What is the main difference between MuleSoft and TIPCO? Like,
MuleSoft and TIPCO. See, difference is that okay, both are same only. Both are in the same family, integration technology only. Actually, TIPCO has, TIPCO has started, I think, 2000. 2011 or 12 has actually very much boom in that. So that time I think everybody has how MuleSoft you came into that okay, training into that. Even at that time also I started in that okay, trainings in that okay, with the TIPCO in that when I was working with the like a TIPCO in that. So what happened in that time, that is an integration. What now we are seeing in that okay, same thing like integration we are doing. But the difference is that okay, in integration only there's a lot of difference in that. So MuleSoft can integrate like any technology in it. Like TIPCO, TIPCO EMS is there. There's other messenger also can implement into that. But it's a very complex way to integrate in that. Okay, messaging services in that are very complex in that. And also you need to deliver the project and you have to write in that okay, something like okay, coding is a lot of is there, and the delivery methods also very like it's not suitable for agile methodology in that. So in MuleSoft what happened that okay, inbuilt technologies like okay, it's very speed up in that okay, technology very fast into that, like go on that okay. So one implementation you can easily in that okay, week of time in that okay, 1 week you can deliver into that. Because for example, if you are actually connecting with a Salesforce and you can get in the sales data and also give it into the SFTP system in that, this is just only within 1 week and you can get it into that. And not only that, there's a MuleSoft has an unit test. The unit test is very powerful into that okay. So even though you're not connecting to source system also, MuleSoft is assumed that okay, it's connecting to source system and also getting a result into that. It's a called in that test case that okay, we'll call in that okay, there's a unit test we will all, but there's a unit. It's making very powerful to make actually that giving a results before implementation, before your product live in that. So that's why a lot of in that okay, connectors are there. They have 250 or something connectors are there in MuleSoft. If we have not seen in that okay, tip connector or Delbumi in other connectors, like okay, we have not seen any connectors like that. There's a EDA integrations are there in that okay. TIPCO is very difficult to do in that okay, EDA integration. We can do that. Anything we can integration tool. You don't have a connector, you can, but you need to develop the connector. Again, you're writing the code, right? So yeah, MuleSoft also has struggled in that okay, just 5 years back. I'm telling into that. So 2016 or 17, I can show you in that okay, history MuleSoft when it is started in that. So the MuleSoft also when started in that okay, we don't have a connectors and proper transformations are there in that okay. We used to write in that okay, core Java programs into that. So now completely MuleSoft is completely last 4 5 years is removed in that okay programming. No need to do anything in that okay. You can do in that okay MuleSoft itself only without writing any code into it. So TIPCO is still there in that okay. That challenges into that. So that's what a lot of differences is there in that okay. You can do any category you can go in that okay. Lot of differences are there. But both are integration tools. All are integration tools. You can go in that okay. So integration technology in ESB, there is the implementation only. Even you can go for the Delbumi also. Delbumi also is integration tool only. But it's a see, these are all our competition in that okay. Okay, so what they are using into that. And not only that okay, MuleSoft has in that okay, sales coverage is more into that. So that's why it is going to that okay, dominant in that okay. Client also very easy to integrate into that okay. There are Salesforce products are there into that. So Salesforce products are tightly integrated within a MuleSoft in that okay, technologies. So they are easy, right? So they are the same client, right? So Salesforce and MuleSoft is the same. So maybe in that okay differentiation in that okay, client price differentiation also same. TIPCO also very costly in that. TIPCO is also costly. The MuleSoft anyway in that okay, they increased anyway. But every integration tool is very costly into that. Okay, implementation is like the tool, whatever you are getting a license is very costly into that. Okay. So, but TIPCO has now it is getting into that okay on-prem and also cloud type of features now. But MuleSoft is already having that okay. So you can go in implementation of the cloud or you AWS Azure and you go and install in the MuleSoft and you can work it with that okay technology in that, or else you completely on-prem like it's data center. You have a own data center or you don't want to make it actually your data to outside okay private. Then also find into that okay you can integrate into that. How in generally in that okay on-prem implementation like their banks and other financial institutions are using into that okay all are their on-prem implementation into that. And not only that okay they have MuleSoft has an API manager is there. TIPCO doesn't have an API manager, right? That is a very like you have to go for other tool in that okay API manager what you call Google product is there, right? I forgot in the name of that. Google API Manager is there in that, okay, and also Azure API Manager is there. You need to go for the other part, but MuleSoft has in that, okay, tremendous feature with an API Manager. You can go and develop an API within that, okay, fraction of minutes and develop that API and also managing your APIs and API management. A lot of this is a very it's a huge topic in that. Okay, they have a lot of implementation is there into that. Okay, right, okay, that what you call in that. Okay, there's a lot of methods we need to involve into that. Okay, to making in that. Okay, management of APIs into that. So that okay that's a load balancer is required, and also you have like different methods also there is security methods in that. Okay, there is OAuth mechanism is there. Now you're seeing that okay, OAuth using that API authentication into that. So a lot of things are there in that. Okay, compared to typical. Okay, coming to that okay ESB. So now we know that okay what exactly the background of that new ESB story in that. Okay, so now you've seen that. Okay, so now it's coming to that okay new ESB now. So generally in that okay, so the message structure we call in that okay 4 message 4 mule message 4 structure. So 3 is that okay, forget about that okay, not required also. I'll tell you that okay, nobody can ask in that okay, what is the, even though you have experience 3x 3.x, nobody can ask in that okay, what is the right things right now, only asking that okay. Worry about that okay, don't worry about that okay, previous okay, how I learn in that okay, no, don't go in that okay, current okay, whatever there in that okay, current specification, current documentation and current technology, current version only you learn it. So you see that okay, the message structure is there in that. I told in that okay, message in the word the previous slide I used. You can see that okay. So any integration technology, it is an the architecture is a what you call in that okay, event-driven architecture in that. So what is an event in that okay? Event. So event contains into that okay. Generally you can see that okay, the outer line is called in that event. Event contain mule message, okay, mule message, and also outside of the variables. So you can see that okay, we'll start with the variables. Variables like any programming language, we see that okay, variable like int I or something like okay, you what you call into that okay, you can define the variables, right, into float or string type, right? Now Python or Java or any other programming language, you've seen that okay, right? So that is called the variables. Okay, you can also variables you can use in that okay, you can definitely that okay, surprising, I think TIPCO already knows the very well in that okay variables. But these variables are something like a global variable, local variable, we can use in that anything. You, for example, you have a result in that, you can assign the result in the variable and usable in that okay later in that okay. Okay, we will come to that okay how, but these are all also drag and drop in that, no need to write a code in that. Variable also set variable, so we have a set variable is there into that okay, get variable is also there into that. I'll show you to that. And coming to that okay, payload and also attributes in that. Payload is a it's a data in that okay, whatever the business data you are connecting to that okay, source system, anything. For example, your source system is connecting SFTP server in that okay, it's a file what you call in that okay, it's a storage server. You are connecting to that okay, SFTP server. So you have like a CSV file is there. The CSV file is the content the data, right? So the data will call in that okay, payload. Right? Payload is the content of the data. Okay, we are repeating these words: attributes, payload, all, message. event, all are we are repeating that. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, we are all are practically will see that. Okay, daily we are like these are all you can call in that. Okay, mule keywords in that. Okay, so I'll show you that. Okay, so what is the payload, and we will use that, and you will get a question also. So what payload you will use into that? Okay, nowadays it is went in that. Okay, it's not a simple questions into that. The previously you can see that. Okay, what is attributes, what is payloads, what is variables, how you use the attributes now. Now they are asking that. Okay, a different way implementation mechanism they are asking into that. We'll come to that. Okay, in between also I'll what questions definitely they will what they will ask in that questions, and you need to answer in that way how they are. So we'll cover into that. Right. Sorry. So attributes in that attributes, you know that okay, when we connect into that, okay, get our methods, whatever in that, okay, what you call in that, okay, I can show you that. Okay, attributes, that's a header data. What is header data in that? Okay, you are connecting to that any API into that, you know, right? API integration is part of into that. So API integration, so API integration, when we see in that, okay, API integration attributes, so the data which you that, okay, get our post method. In the post method, what is that? Okay, methods are there like header data that will attributes in that. It's a very important attributes. I'll show you into that. Okay, attributes in that. Okay, practically in that. Okay, you can understand, but make sure that, okay, now you understand that. Okay, attributes and payload, it's contain the mail message. Okay, you will get a certification exam also. It's a very simple question in that. Okay, in the mule message contain into that, okay, attributes plus payload, and attributes plus payload and variables they will give in that. Okay, option into that, you need to choose like that. Okay, so that's why you'll get in that certification exam also. So it's contained completely entire call in that event into that, right? So that is a structure of mule. Now you know that. Okay, we have a like a mule has like a lot of things are there in that. Okay, I told into that. Okay, it's called in the connectors, components, and also you can see the routers, filters, and you know, like a lot of exception strategies we can use, what you call error, fault, message. They're all you will get interview questions in that. How your exception strategy you are actually working into that. So how you are writing that unit test cases. So how you are actually splitting one message into that. Very simple questions, and you have an answer into that way, right? So implementation, how you are implementing that. Okay, this is the, I have a like a logs in that. Okay, data in that. Okay, how you are splitting into that. Okay, this thing, all are it's going to this we use in that. Okay, these connectors into that, like this call into that. Okay, I'll call in the building blocks in that way, but it's a lot of connectors and also the element. Okay, so there is a flow. This is also very important, you know that. Okay, when you have a first time integration into that. Okay, maybe TIPCO little bit they know already, you know, right? So this is called flow. Okay, we will call mule flow. And when we have this is a like HTTP source connector, and that data is going to that. Okay, transferred into that. Okay, message processor. So message processor is nothing but it's replacing every call, every what you call, you know, element you call, you are actually something you call in other name into that. Okay, it's called message processor. Like I told into that. Okay, as a connector, or maybe in that. Okay, there is a set variable, get variable. It's called message processor. All are it's connecting, interlinking. How it will happen? This output is going to input of this component, and this component, every component has an input and output. This output is going to input of this component, and like it's going on that. Okay, end of that. Okay, the output is coming into that way. Okay, so this is what the flow which is coming from the from here to here, then it will result into that. Okay, to out system into the, okay, transferring. Now you can also see in that. Okay, this design into that, there's a routers. Yeah, multiple things are you need to follow in that. Okay, the dividing with the router. Yeah, we have a routers are there, how to split, which situation we need to split in that. Okay, that is a very important in that mule. So you know, a lot of things are everything, what will happen in that. Okay, after this training, you know, the things, everything, you know, what is the routers and everything, what is, you know, but the thing what happened, where we need to implementing, that is a very important in that. Then your job is very easy into that. Okay, routers are very important, and also you can, where you can split the message into that. Okay, multiple processes, and also you can make it all three also one output into that. Now you understand, right? So multiple systems, not only one source system. You can also use multiple source system to integrate, like SAP, Salesforce, and payroll system is there. Three systems you have to connect it and make it to one result and give it to one system. Only one system. That system is expecting all command result. Give me the command result, or else sometimes like that also happen, right? Different instances, US, Canada regions are different in that, okay. SAP instance are there. Data is same, data is different, data structure is same, but you want to combine into that, okay, this data into that, okay, one system. The one system is expecting into that, okay, I want to combine the data. So you give me that, okay, combine the data. So how do you combining in that, okay? Yeah, integration is coming to the picture. So we will combine that, okay. We will spread that message and we'll combine into that, okay. And also we will do that, okay, mapping into that, okay. That's it. We will do that, okay. Coming sessions we'll do that now. Okay, this is your last session in last slide into that, okay. So we'll call MuleSoft any point platform. The first slide what we have seen that, okay, point to point. The point to point means, okay, one system to one system is connecting into that. Now any point. Now MuleSoft is like it's giving into that, okay, you connect anywhere, you can connect into that. Anywhere you can connect and anywhere you can get a result into that. These are all like that. Okay. So all things, okay, we will deploy into that. Okay, there is a server is there, we called Mule server. Okay, apart from Mule server also we can deploy other server. Tipco doesn't have any other servers to deploy into that. All right, somebody asked in that, okay. Every stage has some differences there in that. Okay, so you can go in that, okay, MuleSoft. That's what that in the down I mentioned in that. This I think maybe you have some background of technology, I think, right? Some Java background, you can understand in that. No, it's not important in that. Don't think of, okay, don't turn up in that, okay, turn off in that, okay, oh, this is Java, I cannot do in that. Actually Java is completely, now it is not using in that way. But I'm telling it to that, okay, somebody has in that, okay, one technology is evolving in that, okay, that lot of things are there into that. Then that disappear in that, okay, happen. Now Java to Android came in that. Actually Java to Android came, but Android how much you famous, right? So that's where happen in that, okay, in the world. So don't worry about that, okay, technology we not required, because that's what you came in that, right? So MuleSoft is very in that, okay, drawing tools in that way. It just simply implementation. Okay, there's a Tomcat, WebLogic, WebSphere, their servers are there into that. Okay, we can also, apart from that, you can go and deploy into that. Okay, but there's a configuration is that we can do that. Okay, that is added advantage. Where exactly that? Okay, Mule is already there in that. Okay, why Tomcat, WebLogic implementation? Yeah, but there are other clients are actually like that. I told in that, okay, banks and there are not convinced in that, okay, in that, because they are a security system very very it's a tough into that, okay. So they have to manage in that, okay. They have to manage some policies into that. They want to work in that, okay, only for that the servers in that. So they have to wait. That's what in that, okay, ready to deploy anything. But mostly in that, okay, no need to in that, okay. That is a different topic. Even I also not done in that, okay, Tomcat WebLogic in that, okay, outer deploy, because I'm not getting opportunity to do that. Those all are it's like very rare into that. But most of that, okay, Mule server you go and that on-prem or cloud. It's called like a cloud hub platform. There's a call in that MuleSoft using that cloud hub platform. We're ready to integrate into that, okay, all into. Okay, yeah, theoretically that, okay, this is the story that let me know your questions. I'll open in that, okay, MuleSoft. I can show you in that, okay. Yeah, I can only in that, okay. I'll take 5 minutes more, 5 to 10 minutes more into that, okay. You can parallel, you can ask the questions, whatever you have a questions, any questions in that. Let me open
Yes,
MuleSoft.
sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so MuleSoft how the deployment process is there? I heard there is the deployment we have to do in a runtime manager or command line or cloud hub. So which one we are doing? We are following.
No, this is like, okay, mostly some of the clients, Manjula, it is some of the clients they will follow. Ramya, can you mute? I think your side is. Thanks. Okay, you can open in that. Okay, whenever you want, you can open and you can ask the question. Thanks so much. Okay, so First of all, there is a many ways they're doing the deployment process. A very good question actually, and you will get an interview in that. CI/CD integration is there in that. Continuous integration is there in that. Okay, that is a possible with the MuleSoft in that. So how we will do in that? Okay, there is a Jenkins, or there is other servers are there, either Jenkins or some other any like CI/CD tools in that. Okay, so we'll integrate within that. Okay, so there is any point script in that. Okay, we need to write a script in that. Don't worry, this actually that CI/CD who are there in that. Okay, DevOps team, they'll share the script in that. So you need to integrate with your MuleSoft. So whenever you have in that, okay, automatically we read, we have to be created in that. Okay, test and development in the stages in that. So whenever you have an application completed, whenever you're checking into that, okay, your repository in that, okay, your code, sorry, check out your checking into that, okay, code into that. So when you have in that, okay, checking into that, okay, repository, in the repository automatically in that, okay, turning into that, okay, CI/CD. So testing in that, okay, that executing testing and also automatically deploying to that, okay, cloud hub. We will do the configuration in that. I'll show you in that, okay, configuration. And apart from that also your develop.
Sir, when that like Jenkins will pull the code, so we are going to deploy the cloud hub. So that we will do,
No,
DevOps people will do.
no, automatically in that, okay. That's actually automatically will write completely CI/CD integration will do in that. No owner in that,
Okay,
okay,
so
do that.
cloud hub
Your
also CI/CD process will be involved.
yeah. Cloud Hub, whatever we are giving instructions to Cloud Hub is whenever it is building that, okay, completely into that, and it is a building in that, what you call in that, okay, output jar file, and deploy into that, okay, Cloud Hub server in that. And also we need to maintain in that, okay, which server you are going to that, and credentials and everything managing.
So,
It's a
sir, in that point, a Mule developer should be required, or DevOps people will do in CI/CD process
No,
through.
no. Our MuleSoft only we have to do in that. Our role is that, okay. What is the role? It's a part of our syllabus is there in that, okay. I can show in that, Ramya, in that, okay. So we have CI/CD complete integration with the Jenkins in that. I can show you into that, okay, how it will happen in that. So normally you go in the development is that, okay. Let me open in my tool in that. Second, I can show you.
Ramya, can you please
MuleSoft.
go on mute? It's hardly to you.
Already mute.
Yeah, yeah. Let me open this, okay. Which workspace? Okay, let me any workspace. So basically, what happened? So you do that, okay. Whatever the integrations your development generally into that, okay. Right click and you can already you are integrating within any point of that, okay. There is a lot of credentials are required in that, and I can also open into the cloud hub. And you need to practice, okay. You can also practice into that, okay, cloud hub. So documentation. Yeah, any point dot MuleSoft.com. I'm not creating any user because if I will create a user anything, it's only 30 days in that. So one server we can deploy into that. All are we are going to that, okay. So when we start in that, okay, classes into that, okay, you can open into that, okay, whenever you want, because again after 30 days also you can create in, okay, one more user. It's okay. So you can create in. So this is like, okay, when you log in into that platform, okay, for you I create in that, okay, quickly. Maybe you can understand in that. One second, we have to be right. What is this month? 2022. Generally, what I will create in that, okay, it's a month, and that this is required in that, okay, unique into that. Sorry, 11 November 2022. Okay.
Rajesh, whether MuleSoft
Yeah, please go
requires
on.
MuleSoft requires extensive Java knowledge to learn.
No, not required. No, not required. Not required in that. Not required in that. Okay, Java, because that is a dependency is gone in that. Okay, 3-4 years back only gone in that. Not much in that. Actually, we are not using any code there, because one option is that, okay, you can write a Java program and you can integrate into that. Okay, but that is you cannot actually. Nobody can expect from your side in that. Architect will do in that. Okay, architect has in that. Okay, has required in that. Okay, that type of capability. You are actually all are developers, right? In going to that. Okay, so MuleSoft architect you're going into that. Okay, something like some other features we required in that way, but not required in that. Very easy. I can show you in that. Okay, because I have very less. See this, just only drag and drop, nothing else is there. Okay, let us one, because the system is when you need to practice in that. Okay, your laptop has to need to configure in that. Okay, something i5 plus in that. Make sure that, okay, you have like the configuration is more into that. Okay, like minimum 8 GB RAM in that. Your hard disk, just replace your whole laptop so hard disk to SSD, what you call, it's instead of hard disk that solid drive in that. Okay, what you call in that a solid drive, right? So it's a space is very less, but you are getting in that. Okay, what you call in that SSD card, you can call. It's very fast in that. Even I'm using in that. Okay, don't investment in that. Okay, until you are getting good job in the MuleSoft, then you try to, okay, your passion you can create. Anyway, you need to practice your office system only. That is enough in that. That's what. Okay, don't invest much in that. Okay, please give it in that. Okay, whatever the details to instructor. Yeah, can you see that? Okay, yeah, form.xml. So what we will do is that, okay, form.xml, we will have in that. Okay, script in that. I told in that. Okay, just for first time opening it will take time. Don't worry about that. These are automatically will create in the script. Also, we can write it in that. Okay, don't worry about, because you're all I have seen in that. Okay, everybody has good qualified in that. Okay, somebody has somebody has an MTech, somebody has already TIPCO, somebody has what you call in that. Okay, Selenium already there. Don't worry about that. We already have in that. Just only the form.xml we call in that. Okay, we can write in that. Okay, so what happened in that? Okay, we will write in that. Okay, it's a repository how it is there. We'll write here code and we will need to give in that. Okay, Cloud Hub configuration in that. So this is the Cloud Hub configuration. Can you go in that? Okay, here API manager. I told that a lot of products are there, right? So you can go for the runtime manager. It's only. Please start very fast in that. Okay, November is there. You can start. Lot of opportunities are there in that. MuleSoft is like whenever a requirement is there, you have to inside into that. There is actually like a standby. I'll explain you in that. Okay, I'm just wanted to make it you in that. Okay, just go through in that. Okay, how the servers are there in that, how deployment. She asked it, right? So you can also deploy in that way. So I told in that. Okay, we will do here the configuration. There's a script is there, Jenkins script. Jenkins script generally we will load it here. Here we will actually like paste it here, and also that configuration we will give here into the Cloud Hub configuration, and also Jenkins into that. Whenever it is repository, it is going to repository any what you call into that. Okay, so you are any repository into that. That repository will start that. Okay, using this Jenkins script, and according to that. Okay, executing the stages into that. See this deploy application. Very nice. 2.0 is introduced. Okay, good. Still our clients are using old only. Okay, see this. There are a lot of it. This is good. Okay, so if you're, can you see that? Okay, application, deploy application. This is manually. You can do that application also deploy into that. Okay, but nobody do that. Okay, manually. Nobody do in that. Okay, production definitely will go for the CI/CD, or else manually also do. But manually now it is nobody can like here uploading the file. We need to upload the jar file is there. So what we'll do that? Okay, mostly we'll do either CI/CD or right click the where whatever there you can see that any point platform, right? So deploy into Cloud Hub. So you need to configure in that. It will ask in that. Okay, my old configuration is there, but it won't take it. But you can log in into that. Okay, your Cloud Hub, and you can deploy it. One click only, it directly it's coming to that. Okay, no need to do anything. So you can show in that. Okay, it's all in that. Okay, your file into that. Okay, your deployment file into that. So that can see in that, and you can see that. Okay, there's a reply size, force. So these are all chargeable in that. Okay, whatever you are using. So we can use in that. Okay, as we are testing. So freely we can use in that. Okay, 1 GB RAM. You can deploy it. You can use it, and you can do CI/CD integration. Everything you can practice into that. So as you increasing this memory into that, okay, it's a cost effective, and there's number of servers into that. You are making, for example, it's a 1 GB RAM, but your servers are 6 servers involving that 1 GB RAM. So that's why it's called in that. Okay, it's a cloud imminent. There are an AWS flavor only, AWS and Azure flavor. Okay, there is a VPC concept are there in that. Okay, the architecture level required in that. Okay, so that's where we can deploy it into that. Whenever we have a deploy, see this a login is there. So what happened? So I have something like, okay, but it's taking time to in that. Okay, because so you can log in into that. Okay, this way you can log in that.
Does MuleSoft Anypoint platform supports only Windows or else in iOS also?
iOS supported. Yeah, yeah. You can practice iOS also. So iOS is something look at some different in that. Okay, yeah, yeah, supported in that. I'll tell you that. Okay, integration, how your installation in that. Okay, same way you can do that. Okay, MuleSoft. This is not a installable software. This is a zip file. So you have to go in that. Okay, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I think next task I can start installation in that. So MuleSoft installation, first you need to download the Java, and you can also configure in that. Okay, Java into that. Okay, Java first you need to install the Java, and after that, okay, you need to download just mule download in that. Okay, MuleSoft download, that's all. Directly you can go Anypoint Studio. Okay, so I'll come to that. Okay, so when we actually classes start, I'll show you in that. Okay, that's a 30 days trial. It's just ignore it into that. Okay, that's only the server side 30 days trial. So when you I told in that, no, Cloud Hub is that when we created the server, right, in that here only there. So this is 30 days valid in that. So trial only. Otherwise you have to take it into that. Okay, so when you have it downloaded in that, okay, so we need it to download here. Download, it's more than 2 GB, what you call 1 point. It's a wonder what is the size. I forgot the size in that. Maybe in that. Okay, what is the size? It will come. Yeah, let me check that.
Sir, in Mule, is there XCP connector there?
Something 2 GB is there. Yeah, sorry.
XCP connector is there in Mule, sir?
Sorry, Ramya, what connector you're asking?
SAP connector.
Yeah, it's there. SAP connector is there. 100% in that. SAP connector is there, but what happened? You cannot see all the connectors. We need to go for the exchange into that. So exchange into that. Okay, we need to install into that. So we need to search into that. Okay,
So
connector into that.
SAP, sir, MuleSoft is providing or we have to install ourselves for SAP?
No. It's a, like SAP connector is there. You search in that. Okay, this way you can search it. Section. I need to log in into that. Okay, so not able to log in. It's now new account, right? It's taking time to me. You whatever you want, like whatever the connector is there, you need to search here, and you need to list out in that. Okay, you need to install. Just add it and finish it. Automatically, you can see the connector here into that. By default, 200 connector, 250 connectors cannot see in that. Okay, here. So some connectors you can see that. Okay, but you have any connector you want, you can install the connector and you can see that here in that. That's where the process we have to do. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then, okay. So when we start the classes, I'll tell you that, okay, installation configuration in that initially into that, okay, mule, and we will follow in that. Okay, same. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. So any questions you can reach to instructor. So she can also reach to me and she can answer to me that. Okay. So whatever you have syllabus or whatever there into that. Okay.
The course which you are covering in this,
Hmm.
what level of certification we will be able to clear? Like
Developer certification module. So it's
there
not
are level
architect.
1 and level 2, right? Like up to
Level
level 1.
level 1 and level 2, all developer certifications in that. Okay, level 1 and level 2 include. Now just change it into that. Okay, previously we only one certification developer. Level 1, level 2. One second. You can see that all
The
the
process, sir, how is the process for the certification to get the MuleSoft certification?
you need to purchase a voucher only, and once you run the voucher, I'll tell you that. Okay, I'll tell you the process, something like, okay, I can show you that. Okay, process into that. So you go into that. Okay, voucher. I think the previous certifications, because they are something like, okay, new introduced in that way, but previous certification, what happens is that INR 16 or 18,000 is there into that. Okay, on developer certification, and you need to purchase the coupon, and you go in that. Okay, training, you need to registration in that. Okay, online. I'll show you into that. Okay, maybe so this is the site you can give into that. Okay, uh, this one you're talking about, this one, right? Developer one and developer level 1 and level 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, both will cover in that. I'm telling that. Okay, architect level, so this is a different in that. Mostly in that. Okay, these three things are we cover in that. Okay, it's a developer, completely developer we are covering into that. So your
Okay.
exam is that. Okay,
Uh, uh, any model questions at the end of the path? Obviously, we have to learn the
we'll
course
provide
of,
you.
but
Yeah, provide you.
there are some pressure from the organization to complete the certification.
Definitely.
So
No,
within
no, no.
the
This
stipulated timeline.
developer is very easy, Manjula. You can just only preparation. I never seen in that. Okay, failed candidates. Lot of our, they're starting our course in the middle of that only they cleared in that way. So most of that
Oh,
after the end of that. No, it's a very straightforward question. Developer architecture is something like, okay, somewhat we need to work on that. But developer is very easy. I told in the no, what are the attributes, what is the message is there. I'll give you the sample questions to you in that. Okay, around I think maybe 200 questions are there in that. Okay, mostly they will ask you 60% into that, so you can clear it into that. Okay, that is, don't worry about that. So but only that. Okay, you need to concentrate on the documentation, that is more in that. Okay, I'll suggest you in that. Okay, instead of concentrating in the art. So MuleSoft documentation, I like this documentation in that. Okay, very much. So you go in the documentation and you keep on that. Okay, updated in that. Okay, once you done a course completed, also fine. You can go in that. Okay, but now you very difficult to that way to start in that. Okay, but you know that. Okay, because I already know that I am going to that. Okay, that's what in that. Okay, what is a mule? You'll overview, deploy. There the topics are then not going that. Okay, alphabetical order, but you go in that. Okay, once you learn that. Okay, complete course into that. Okay, you know, understand. So you can go in that. Okay, any topic, and you can easily into that. Okay, go in that. Okay, depth into that. So apart from this documentation, they can't ask anything, even though interview or maybe in that. Okay, anything. For example, you need to go in that. Okay, there are questions in that. Okay, so what we call in that. Okay, what is that processes in that. Okay, event processor, they're actually, right? So what is event processor, they clearly mention in that. The documentation is very good
Sir,
into that. So
sir,
they'll ask
one
you.
question. Sir, this document direct from Google or where you need to get?
No, Google, you can go that. Just only type it into that. I can, let's second, I'll try. If you want, I can paste it to you, but it's a very, just go through that. Okay, rules of documentation, nothing else. All are, it's a Google. There's no nothing, no need to anything login or into something like any license into that way. See this MuleSoft, docs.mulesoft.com. Open it, you'll get it into that. All things are there. Yeah, this is first class, right? So we are connecting daily in that. Okay, we have a lot of doubts we can clear about that. You can see that.
like,
But
are you providing interview-based questions also? Like,
yes, no, no. Yeah, definitely interview questions I'll
like
provide you.
one person raised, right? Like, what is the difference between TIPCO and MuleSoft? Obviously, the points which you have summarized, they might expect in the interviews, like that kind of knowledge we should
Yeah.
enter.
The situation, right? The situation is that. Okay, it's not for that. Okay, they will ask you. You have a TIPCO experience. Definitely, they will ask in that. Okay, some relatives. So the always with that, okay, you have a relevant in that, okay, experience into that, okay. TIPCO, you're migrated in that, okay, MuleSoft, and you're telling into that, okay, already having a MuleSoft or the previous experience with TIPCO, definitely they will ask you that, okay, that type of question. Definitely will cover, Mandela. Even though actually after that, okay, so if you're interested in that, okay, I will take a mock interview in that, okay, based on your technology. I'll take it again your resume into that, okay. So based on that, okay, so I'll prepare you in that, okay, what type of possible questions in that, okay, they'll ask into that. Mostly they MuleSoft only they will ask in that, okay. Some maybe in that, okay, 5 6 questions. Why actually like they want to test you in that way. Maybe in that, okay, 6 7 years experience they'll ask into that. Okay. Any doubts? So yeah, please ask any doubts. Fine.
Uh, Regarding the course details and other stuff, how to get it, because I got this like from one of my colleague and I joined blindly without any knowledge.
No
Uh,
problem. So you given a details, right? She call you in that, okay. So you given in that, okay. She will call you in that, okay. Visualpath. So they will call you that, okay. They will call you and they will explain in that, okay. You can ask any doubts in that, okay. They'll give a like complete syllabus also, and you can go in the website also. You can see the syllabus and ask it any doubts in that, okay, regarding that, okay, whatever there in that, okay, administration type of questions into that. So technical questions you can reach to me. I'm sure tomorrow also that's fine, or whatever whenever you have in that, okay, you can ask to in that, okay. She connect to
uh,
she will connect me in that.
I'm around 15 plus years of experience. Will you suggest me a developer certification
Hundred
or
percent, hundred
or
percent, man. 100%. No, man, sir, no need to think about that. Okay, you're 15 or 20 years experience. You know, right? US all are 20 years experience. They already have in that. Okay, lot of old technology experience and developer certification definitely in that. Okay, that's not at all problem in that. You're already
so yeah,
shifting into that.
we cannot directly go for a architect certification, right?
You
Without
can no, we cannot go, and also architect is somewhat, okay. You need to know the developers in that, okay, because that until unless you doesn't know that, okay, you cannot go for actually promoting that, okay, architecture. Don't worry in that, okay. You started now,
so
right? So, okay, you start
say
it.
suppose if we have
Hmm.
missed one day course, how I can cover it up? Will the
No, it's
recording
a
session?
recorded. Yeah, recording session is that. Okay, you can go and
Okay.
that. Okay, you can recollect with the recording in that. All are recorded sessions.
Okay.
Sir, one last question.
Yes, Ramya.
Suppose our session is complete. Once our session is complete, we started giving the interview. But in interview, suppose the interviewer asks some question and we could not answer that question. There is something we feel that a new question for us. Then in that case, how will we like manage? Suppose you are not there, our session is already done with you. So how will we manage? Will that point can is it possible to help?
Ramya, initially 1 or 2 times it's okay, but you can reach to. I can give my mail ID. You can reach to my okay mail ID. The questions you can drop it in that. Okay, I can give an answer to in that, because Ramya, with this we don't know, right? So maybe in that, okay, after our session we'll start another session, and also you have we don't know, right? Maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. We don't have any the time specific, right? So we cannot give anything that, okay. So as you coming to the questions, you will come to that, okay. But I can give that, okay, mail ID. You can drop the questions. I can interact in that, okay. I can actively in that, okay, to respond. Other people also same thing. Some other guys same thing that way, the sending the mails to me in that, okay, what they are not answered in that, okay. So I'll give an answer to into that,
Okay,
because in
sure,
that,
sir.
okay, the mobile is, yeah, mobile is always be that, okay. Even simple question also you have not seen that, then I think it's okay. We'll see into that, okay. It's a very like your last stage interview. Then I think no problem. You can speak into that, but the first contact is that, okay, mail ID in that, okay. You can mail ID. You can just send the questions, and I'll see that. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much. Okay. We'll see in that. Okay. Next section. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Bye bye.